Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly against Imperium for the NXT tag team titles. Match was good, but these guys are capable of more. It wasn't about the match. The match was a backdrop for the big angle. Pat McAfee was on commentary. After being invited to Full Sail, after seemingly burying the hatchet with Adam Cole, after Adam Cole had that big blow up on McAfee's show a couple of weeks ago and stormed off and cussed him out and broke a microphone and shoved one of his producers. And I talked at length about how and when I knew it was a work. Because some people thought, maybe it's not a work. He cursed. He dropped some F-bombs. Yeah, of course he did, because they wanted you to think it was real. So what do? You do the one thing that you're not allowed to do on WWE television. It was well done, but I thought it was very obvious. I was kind of shocked how many people actually thought it was real. But I guess that's a sign that they did a very good job with it. So anyway, he was invited to come to NXT. Now, little did I know that he apparently buried the hatchet in Adam Cole's back, because he spent the entire match cracking short jokes about Adam Cole. He was poking the bear. Now, all the while, Adam Cole was ringside rooting on for his friends. He could hear everything that McAfee was saying. So finally, he had heard enough. He had heard enough of the jokes, and he went over to confront him. And he said, "Hey, what the hell? I thought we were cool. What's your problem, man? I could hear everything you're saying." Told him to knock it off with the jokes. And that's when McAfee called Cole an angry elf. And Cole lost his shit. He walked back to the desk. He grabbed a bottle of water. He splashed it in McAfee's face. Roderick Strong was restraining Adam Cole. Shawn Michaels and Triple H came out to try to defuse the situation. Meanwhile, there's a tag team championship match going on in the ring. You would never know. Kyle O'Reilly was distracted by everything that was going on. He got knocked out of the ring, and Bobby Fish took the European bomb for the finish. Marcel Bartel covers Fish, and they retain the tag team titles. Imperium still has the gold. McAfee was starting to leave, but then he turned back around. He had one more thing to say to Adam Cole, and he told Cole that for the rest of your life, nothing is going to change the fact that you will be a teeny, itty-bitty, short little bitch. And Cole lunged at him. He was on top of the announce desk being restrained. Kept yelling that he was going to kill McAfee. "I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you." Again, please, can we leave that to Marty Jannetty? And as he was being restrained, McAfee took advantage. He walked over and he kicked him in the head. And Cole took a face-first bump flat down on the ground. Triple H shoved McAfee backwards as he exited through the back doors. He was healing it up. He was saying, "Very unprofessional place you guys have here," as he walked out of the building. As Shawn Michaels knelt down over mini Shawn Michaels and asked Triple H if they were going to get a doctor to come out and help him. This was the big angle to set up a match at TakeOver. It is now official. Triple H appeared on ESPN. He challenged McAfee to step into the ring with Adam Cole. And McAfee later on posted a video accepting that challenge. Here's my take on all of this. And look, you're going to have people who blindly love it. Oh, it's so cool. They're getting publicity. And on the other side, you're going to have people and other, shows and whatnot who probably just shit on it and want to talk about, oh, it's going to kill the entire brand. You don't need any of that noise. There are pros and there are cons. And I'm going to lay them out for you right now. The positives to this, as I see it, McAfee is a good heel. He is. He is annoying enough that you want to see him get punched in the face. He's got a way of getting under people's skin, like a tick. And he can talk. The tick can talk. He knows how to stir the pot, so that's one plus. The other positive is only a positive if this is the plan, and that is if they're using this as an angle, not so much just to do Pat McAfee against Adam Cole. I mean, the match is almost just incidental. If the real reason for doing this is to lead to the dissolution of Undisputed Era, and Roddy, Fish, O'Reilly, they all end up turning on Cole and end up turning him babyface. Because they're sick and tired of playing second fiddle and paying for his mistakes. Cole walking over to Pat McAfee during that main event is what cost Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly the tag team titles. He cost them the match by doing that because of that distraction. He was selfish. Remember, he got on McAfee's show, and the reason that he got hot on McAfee's show was when Pat talked about him relying on UE to help fight his battles for him and win his matches. He didn't like that. He said, I don't need anybody's help. So if the idea is to build to a big UE breakup where they all get fed up with Cole and they kick him out of the group, Adam Cole's been kicked out of factions before. Literally kicked. Super kicked, in fact. Out of factions. If it's storyline advancement, that's a good thing. It gets them from point A to point B. If there's a method to the madness, which I trust is the case more often than not with NXT than I do Raw and SmackDown. With Raw and SmackDown, it's just madness without the method. There's rarely any method to it. It's the madness of one person. The negatives of this, to me, are obvious. Pat McAfee may be considered a celebrity by some, and WWE loves their celebrities, but he was a punt kicker in the NFL, on the same team in one media market for 7 years. And by all accounts, he was very good at his job. He even got into the Guinness Book of World Records for kicking a 40-yard field goal while he was blindfolded, so he's a great kicker. But he was a kicker for 7 years and then an analyst. He's a charismatic guy, but he's not a celebrity that's going to really mean anything to business. He's not going to move the needle. Mike Tyson 22 years ago meant something to business. Floyd Mayweather kind of meant something to business. Not nearly as much as they hoped he would, but, a little bit. WCW brought in Dennis Rodman and Karl Malone, and they meant something to business. Even today, if AEW was to bring back Mike Tyson like they still supposedly want to at some point, to do a match or a fight with Chris Jericho, it could mean something for business. The general population, I don't think they know or probably much care who Pat McAfee is. So it's cool that ESPN is having Triple H on to make announcements about takeover matches. I can't see it making much of a difference, though, business-wise for him. And the outcome here, if it's just a straight-up match and not really a means to do much more than that, the outcome benefits absolutely no one. If McAfee wins, then he just beat the longest-reigning NXT champion of all time. He made Adam Cole look like a little punk bitch. And if Cole wins, well, then so what? He should win. If he wins, he beats some obnoxious, loudmouth radio host, podcast host, who he should be able to beat in about 30 seconds. It would be like me going and challenging Adam Cole to a match. If Adam Cole beats me, is that some big achievement for Adam Cole? Now, I think I could hold my own for a few minutes against Adam Cole. But yes, Adam Cole should be beating me. Adam Cole should be beating Pat McAfee. But who does that benefit? Who does that benefit? Nobody. It benefits nobody. And the other negative to this, and this is no small thing, is the size issue. They have Pat McAfee openly mocking Adam Cole's height on TV. After openly mocking Adam Cole's size on his own show. Now he's doing it on Adam Cole's show. They're drawing attention to the one thing that we know that WWE hates about Adam Cole, which is his size, or lack thereof. How do we know this? They already doctor his height and weight on TV to make him seem bigger than he really is. It's laughable when they put those numbers up when they do the tail of the tape stuff like they did a few weeks ago for the winner-take-all match. It's comical. I've been to Ring of Honor shows as recently as 3 years ago, standing 5 feet away from Adam Cole. Of course, those WWE numbers are exaggerated. You need to get your eyes checked if you think otherwise. You need to have your license revoked. I don't want to share the same road with you if you can't see that with your own two eyes. So there's that. We had Road Dogg on Corey Graves' podcast a few weeks ago, one of the head executives behind the scenes at NXT, openly admitting that if Adam Cole was the size of a Karrion Kross, he would be the Universal Champion right now on SmackDown. Or he'd be the champion on Raw. His size is clearly something that he is going to have to work against when he hits Raw or SmackDown. Why would you draw more attention to it on TV? Even if Cole wins in the end, why would you draw attention to the one thing that people can point to as his Achilles heel? This is the guy who held your top championship in this brand for over a year. And now you're going to bring in a retired football player to call him an angry elf on TV? I laughed at the line when he said it. I admit it. I laughed when he called him an angry elf. And then when he called him an angry elf, what happened? We saw Adam Cole get really upset and really angry. And I thought, he's right. He really is an angry little elf. That's terrible. The fact that I thought that is terrible. Especially because I guess he's supposed to be the babyface in all this. Adam Cole is. That's the kind of shit that follows you around. Like this Shorty G bullshit. All for what? To get yourself some Zoom time on ESPN for a few minutes? So I don't like that. I don't like that it's devolved into a story about Adam Cole being overly sensitive to the fact that he's a lot smaller than other people in that position would be. And people telling short jokes on TV. When the story could just be, just as easily, the story could have been Pat McAfee has been getting under Adam Cole's skin for months, which he has been. This is almost like a long-term story that they've developed here. He's just an annoying guy who has gotten under Adam Cole's skin for far too long. And he went one comment too far when he questioned the guy's toughness. You can question his toughness without questioning his size or his height. That's all you had to do. You get to the same place. So those are the pros and cons as I see them. I thought the pull apart was well done. The guy was a professional kicker for a living, so him knocking out Adam Cole with a kick that he got blindsided by is fine. You could have told the story of a UE breakup in a lot of different ways. It could have led to a match, maybe between Cole and Roddy at TakeOver, but I guess they wouldn't have gotten on ESPN with that. So that's why they didn't do it. I think the match itself could be entertaining. I'm keeping an open mind to the match. McAfee's a fan. He knows how to get heel heat. He knows how to heel it up. And I hope Cole can come out of this as a strong babyface, which clearly is the idea because McAfee was out there acting like a complete dick. And if this was in front of a live audience, especially that Full Sail crowd, he'd have been booed out of the building. I just think it's counterproductive to make his size a part of the story when it's clearly a sore spot.